Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Glasses, and today I've been kidnapped by Chris and Rylan. Chris was on the show before, and I can't say their surnames for legal reasons, but they made me watch a masterpiece known as B Movie, starring Jerry Seinfeld, Matthew Broderick, Oprah Winfrey. We got Oprah Winfrey's in this, by the way.
I didn't even know that.
I didn't know. Then we got some Ray Liotta, and we got Rip Torn's in this, right? Who else is in this?
Chris Rock, Larry
Chris
King.
Rock is in Larry King is in
Yeah,
this.
by
as
all
well.
accounts, this is like a very good ensemble cast.
This is an all-star cast.
Larry King's in it.
Yeah,
as
Larry-
Larry King.
Yeah.
Then there was one other that I.
Kathy Bates,
Chris Rock.
which
Rock.
Well, yeah, we already mentioned Chris
All
Rock.
right,
But yeah. So, why did you guys make me watch this?
The B Movie is a cinematic masterpiece, honestly.
Okay.
So
No, not honestly. Don't you pull this in here? Okay, Rylan, what were you about to say?
So here's my testimony here. The B Movie, I wanted you guys to watch this movie because it just got put on Netflix, and like the memes are amazing, and it's seemingly the dumbest movie ever if you read from the internet. And what I learned from watching this movie is it is quite possibly the most underrated animated film of all time.
I wholeheartedly
I'd
agree.
say so.
It's there are certain aspects of this movie that are super weird and like almost uncomfortable to watch.
Like,
Oh, it's 100%
okay,
uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah, may I mention one? The "Here Comes the Sun" cover
weird
at the
cover,
end.
yeah.
That
Oh,
almost
yeah.
rivals the weird cover of "Fun Fun Fun" and Herbie Fully Loaded. You guys remember that? Yeah,
I
that
have
was-
no idea.
only in the B Movie podcast would you make a Herbie Fully Loaded reference.
What do you... Are we talking about Herbie
But
the
no,
Love
but
Bug that
okay.
talks
Here's the
about-
thing.
all
Here's the
right.
thing.
With
With
Lindsay Lohan.
the all-star cast that they had, I don't doubt they could have got like Paul McCartney in on it. He's not doing anything in
it says that
2007, is he?
It said that they also had Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman was in this?
David Letter. No. They were almost in it.
Oh, man.
Uma Thurman, David Letterman.
David Letterman.
David Letterman
Raven,
a news anchor convention. They
Raven.
have Larry
Someone
King
named
there.
Raven Simone.
Raven Simone.
I thought it was
from That's So Raven.
I thought it was Raven Simone, but I didn't want to.
It is.
Yeah. Also a Rebecca Solar and a Lisa Kudrow. So this has
wow.
been an all-star cast.
No, but here's the thing. They could have got at least one of the Beatles that was currently alive.
Oh, to play a Beatle? Yeah, they should
You
have.
could have got Ringo or Paul. Not
Ringo.
Yeah, they could.
Ringo advertises Skechers at this point. The B Movie's his dream.
But
That's
like,
a good
one of them. Even they could have even made a cameo, let alone sing an actual Beatles song. And here, why would you pick "Here Comes the Sun"? Why not? No, I was thinking like.
I think
Within
you're,
5 seconds of hearing "Here Comes the Sun," I'm just like, why didn't they do "Revelation"? Because Revolution, because it has that. Don't you know it's gonna be? You know,
I don't.
Bee pun. Another bee pun.
I'm gonna
You got
be
that going.
I'm gonna be honest here. I think you're picking the word. I think you're picking the smallest mistake made in the B Movie.
Well, that's just the thing
There-
that popped
yeah.
out at me.
Yeah.
There are far more annoying things and just strange things in general. But
All right.
overall, like there were several occasions in this film that I just busted out laughing at.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
like that
Should we get
okay.
to talking about those?
Oh yeah, sure.
All right. So.
What was your favorite part of the film, Chris?
Honestly, you can't pick. The movie, it's either you remember everything in painstaking detail or it becomes a blur. I mean, I'm sure everybody listening to this has watched the movie when they were like 6 or something, 7, because it came out in like 2007. So you were young.
Yeah,
So
at
it was a
least.
blur then. But then you watch it again now, and you remember everything in like painstaking detail.
I mentioned this to you guys earlier. I remember at one point in time I had the B movie on DVD,
yeah.
but I guess it went missing because I can't find it for the life of me. But I also remember in painstaking detail that I had like B movie Pez dispensers. One of like Barry and one of like the Matthew Broderick character, and then one of the jocks that like go
Paul and
outside the
Jock.
hive. You remember that those? Yeah.
When you said that, the more I thought about the fact that you had like that they made like toys of it, and like there's like a Wii video game of
Yeah,
this.
there's a Wii NDS.
It seems so weird that they like made this so like applicable to children, or this movie so applicable to children?
It's
'Cause
not at
it's
all.
definitely not a
That's-
kids movie.
no, that's not.
If you look at all DreamWorks movies, like even the ones that are like were coming out around that time, the movie I thought of, like Over the Hedge.
Yeah,
It's still like
yeah.
that's still like a children's movie.
Yeah.
This movie, seemingly, not really a kids movie.
Well,
You
that's
know
what
what this
happens
kinda
when you
reminded
give
me of?
Jerry Seinfeld lead.
Yeah, it's
right?
like it's like a Seinfeld episode, but about bees.
So I think we should.
Wait, you guys. You know what this reminded me of?
What?
It reminded me of Osmosis Jones in the
I
way
was
that
gonna
every
say, it's
5
like-
seconds
yeah.
there was like an innuendo that was just for adults, just to chip
Yeah.
in that little bit of entertainment.
Yeah.
You guys want to know the origin of this movie? I don't know if you guys
I-
did some
yeah,
No,
go
research
ahead,
on
go
this.
ahead.
tell us.
No, what happened was Jerry Seinfeld went to Steven Spielberg's house for lunch one day. This is true, by the way. And presumably they got wildly intoxicated, and then they were like,
obviously.
"Hey, you know what
Clearly.
would be funny if we made a movie all about sentient bees?" And then Steven Spielberg was like, "Yeah, that's a wonderful idea." And then, according to legend, Seinfeld.
According to legend,
No,
this is the.
this I don't know if it's credible at
Okay.
all. But Seinfeld attempted to make a live-action version of the Bee Movie,
You're
and
joking.
it wasn't working. And so Spielberg
It
recommended
didn't
that it
work.
be animated.
What? How?
I want to see the early footage of a live
Yeah.
action Bee movie. It's Jerry Seinfeld in a bee costume.
That's like-
you like a jet.
It's this enormous toaster, and he like pulls around it in this like oversized Chuck E. Cheese mascot costume. He's like, "You like jazz?"
Wait, no, he's in just full mocap with like green screen in the background
yeah.
with the ping pong balls just dancing around.
that'd be-
And they have to film like live action segments. So it's like, okay, guys, so just pretend that there's
Yeah.
a small Jerry Seinfeld bee right here, and he's just graduated high school, you see, and.
That's too good. All right.
And he's a bit conflicted about his future. You see, Jerry
Yeah.
Seinfeld be right here.
So I think with that we should go into the plot of the movie for that rare few out of you who don't know the plot.
Wait, sorry. Can I just chip it? What if it
Real
was
quick.
like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where it's like Jerry Seinfeld is dressed in a bee and he's off and he's yelling his lines.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
So the movie starts out with the B. Jerry Seinfeld, Barry B. Benson, going around and getting ready to go off to graduation. And so far, his entire life has been not 9 days, maybe 10 days.
Yeah, he is 9
Yeah.
days old.
So also within the first minute, there were 2 B jokes. I counted.
Yeah.
The bee jokes are the best part of this whole entire movie.
yeah.
It's much like Osmosis Jones, because Osmosis Jones has like weird germ jokes where
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh, I get it, they're germs."
And then
that-
there are like weird kind of like adulterous themes
Yeah.
in there that's like,
Yeah.
I know what that relates to in real life conversations. Ew.
yeah, so that's the bee movie does the same exact thing where all of
Yeah.
a sudden you're like, "I get it, you're a bee."
No, but this like where Osmosis Jones was weirdly sexual. This was kind of like it was very religious and racial and just kind
Yeah,
of
it
played
was
into
very
those themes.
Seinfeldy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So he's getting ready for graduation. I have one question about the movie, and I'm already a minute in. He uses a Stinger like pencil sharpener.
Yeah.
And then several other times throughout the movie, they use it in different ways that are not conducive to it being some sort
No.
of cosmetic item.
Yeah, at one point he uses it as a sword.
Yeah.
And then, which is like, it's weird because he threatens the one guy with it. It's
Yeah.
like, well, if you use it, you're gonna die.
Well, yeah.
You've got a death witch, Jerry
They
Seinfeld.
they
be
fixed
here.
Matthew Broderick up with the
Yeah,
sword.
with the
But
little.
that'll come later. So it's graduation. He's been alive for 9 days, and I did the math. The entire movie takes place over, give or take, 2 weeks, max.
So
Okay.
So what you're saying here is Barry B. Benson is an elderly bee by
3
the
weeks
end
old.
by the end of the
By
film.
the end of the month, Jerry Seinfeld B is dead.
Yeah.
This is the boyhood of bee movies.
So
Wait, no, this is the Synecdoche, New York of bee
So we go. So he gets to graduation. He picks up his Matthew Broderick friend. Goes to graduation. Graduation takes 5 minutes. Also, they're graduating classes every 5 minutes.
It's weird. Can I
Yeah,
just...
yeah. He has the clock
The
on the
nine- the nine
graduation
In
o'clock.
clock.
early
and the
Matthew
9:05.
Broderick, like in early cinema, he was just kind of like the cool guy, like the youngster graduation type guy. Wait, Chris, do you need to
I don't
adjust
think
your
so.
mic?
What's
Okay,
he
we're
saying?
good.
Keep talking.
But no, but it's weird how he was like the cool guy in his early career, but then like
Matthew
30
Broderick
years
took
later, he's now like
huge
the,
dive.
the
He's the George
he's-
Costanza of this
He's
movie.
the straight-laced creepy guy.
Yeah.
Like just
You guys can go.
hi. Chris is getting his mic fixed. Let's talk about. So, since Chris didn't really know his favorite moment of the film, what was your favorite moment of the film, Rylan?
Okay, so I don't have a specific moment of the film. I think the court scene in general.
Yeah,
is,
that's just.
it's weird.
John
It's-
Goodman's character in
I
general
actually-
is wonderful.
Yeah, it's a bizarre.
I actually made a note of the court movie that is such a essential and strange part of it.
Yeah, because it is like it's very entertaining and very
Yeah.
gripping, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it plays into all of the movie stuff of like
Yeah. I'd
nobody
have to-
like this is a B in court.
Yeah.
And like,
I'd have
you
to
get,
play
you get the
into
guy
your-
from the police,
I'd have to-
Sting in.
yeah, Sting.
Ray Liotta.
Yeah, okay, so my favorite actual, like, down to the very line in the film that was my favorite was that this guy ain't a good fella, he's a bad fella.
yeah.
And I was like, okay, yeah, that's good. And then the newspapers plop on top of each other,
Yeah.
and then the last newspaper is studio cancels new Ryota
Yeah.
project.
I actually,
Which was-
thinking
that's
about,
the best.
You mentioning that made me think of something.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the movie is it's not because of any lines, it's just the whole insanity of it. And our teacher, Mr. Cullen, reminded me of this. There's one scene where he dives underwater in a pool full of
I
honey.
reminded you of that, but
You-
then he
told
was
me
like,
about
oh,
it. He continued
yeah.
it. Yeah. He said that there's a scene where
They
they have
refer-
a flight like date and then the girl crashes into a mountain and I'm like, I have no idea about that. So I'm watching the B movie and he goes down in the pool of honey and has the hallucination and they're at the picnic and they're laughing and being way, way creepy because this is a woman and a bee. And then he goes, "You ready to fly?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'll catch up with you." And the lady gets in like a hang glider plane, and they soar off. And I'm thinking, man, I do remember this. I don't remember this scene at all,
Yeah.
but I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And she crashes into the mountain. I'm like, oh my god.
I mean, the whole movie has weird moments like that. Where
Yeah.
you're like, oh, they marketed this
is
movie
this
definitely
made
towards children.
for?
Like there
Yeah.
there was a whole bunch of stuff for children, and
if you
made this movie
rewatch
look like
the-
it was geared towards
Yeah.
children.
If you rewatch the trailer, there are like Ray Liotta jokes like in
Throughout
the
it,
trailer,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
there's just like weird, quirky moments where it's like, oh, I was just in a plane, and this man is bald now, his toupee got
Yeah,
sucked off,
and
and
they're
there's a
both in a
boat,
light round.
and there, it's just like a kid looks at that and they're like, well, that's not
funny.
I don't know what.
Mommy,
what to
why
do
is
with that.
the bee being scary?
The cast of this also, in terms of this being like an adult
Wait,
movie.
No, I almost forgot. No,
What?
what I was saying at the beginning, I was wondering like, who's the other person in this
Yeah.
movie? We mentioned him a second ago. John Goodman.
I was gonna say,
John
yeah.
Goodman is wonderful
Fantastic
in
in
this
this
film.
movie.
Oh.
He's the lawyer, right?
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
a lawyer who kind of plays on the. This kind of reminded me of his role in Oh Brother Wart Thou because he
Are
plays.
you joking?
No.
Ari! You have the nerve. You have the sheer gall to mention that.
No, because in Oh Brother Wart Thou, he's kind of like a
He's a
like he
Bible-
plays. Yeah, he plays.
Yeah.
He's a Bible salesman who, in the end, is just like a scam artist, which is the same
think-
character.
I think he's
What a
a
good
legitimate
comparison
lawyer,
of
though.
you to
Yeah.
make to compare Oh Brother Where Art Thou to the B movie. Very
Well, like-
very much fitting movies.
Honest,
Yeah, they go
we-
together.
But no,
We've-
but in this, John Goodman plays a lawyer who
Yeah.
kind of plays into the religious side, and like
He
he
does.
plays into people's traditional.
But he's still he's
morals.
not a scam artist though. I think he's a legitimate
Yeah,
lawyer.
he does it legitimately.
Yeah.
It's all the legal process, but yet it's just kind of like it's scumbaggy, you know.
So I'm just gonna breeze through the movie because I'd like to bring up one talking point. So
Yeah.
Barry doesn't pick a job. He wants to go outside the hive. He does. He ends up talking to a human. They start
a weird relationship.
Yeah, they start
sort
a
of.
budding relationship.
Yeah.
A flower joke.
Oh man.
Jeez, Chris, that was something.
He finds out humans have honey, he finds the honey, sues the human race, wins, and then every plant on Earth dies all at once over
because
the
the
span
bees
of a
get
week.
lazy.
Yeah. Over the span of a week, they all die.
Yeah.
He manages to get pollen, they save the world, and then he starts a law firm inside the girl's flower shop. So that's the plot. And I was watching this.
And a honey shop.
it
It becomes
was
a flower
it
slash
was
honey
so
slash
weird.
law firm.
Yeah. So my dad brought up, I was watching this with my family, my dad brought
Why
up
do
a
people
good
watch
point.
these films with their families?
Because the B movie is a family film.
Yeah, no, you have to watch this movie and really think about it, Chris. Come
It's
on.
like 2001: A Space Odyssey and Oh Brother Art Thou and the Aviator that people just watch with their families. Oh, let's watch this with the mom and pop.
Yeah.
This will be so
No,
fun.
but-
oh God.
But we have our producer, everybody's hating on Rhett right now. So my dad brought up a good point.
Yeah,
So
they-
B rule
oh,
number
they hate
1
me.
is not to talk to humans. But Jerry Seinfeld's B character wanted to express his gratitude so much that he was willing to go against the rules to follow his own personal beliefs. What do you make of that?
Chris, you are reading way too far into a movie about bees.
Let's touch on something.
Yeah, that's a really
so
broad
there's this
theme
weird-
for this
there's
movie.
There's this weird aspect of racial tension within
Yeah,
the film.
there's also
Mhm. There
racial
is.
tension too.
So the bees are like the bees. I guess you
The
could
bees
compare
talk
to
down-
white people.
They are white
the
people.
bees,
yeah.
the bees talk down about wasps, spiders,
Grasshoppers.
grasshoppers,
Yeah.
crickets. I think was it crickets or grasshoppers?
Did you mention spiders?
I already said spiders.
Yes,
yeah.
And this is all essentially in one scene.
No,
It's-
but then,
yeah, two-
but
the
then
wasp
every,
and the
every
spiders are in
time,
one scene.
every time it's mentioned in the film that that
It's
Barry
mentioned in
has
a
like a
con-
lady
yeah.
friend, someone says,
Oh, is
like,
it a spider?
oh, no, is he bee-ish?
Yeah.
Which is a painstakingly,
It's-
like,
yeah.
like just reference to just. Like,
Which is
because-
that's
okay,
another
here's the thing.
Seinfeld joke. When I
Yeah.
heard that, I was like, that sounds
No,
like
here's
something
the thing,
from a
though.
Seinfeld episode.
Here's the thing. Okay, here's in the IMDb gallery. Barry's parents are obviously Jewish.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Just
I like his
Jew-
uncle. I like
ridiculous-
his fun
oh, yeah,
uncle, by
his
the way.
uncle who's just like, oh, I hooked up with a grasshopper.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
I'd make a joke,
it's
but it's
great.
It's in a PG movie. I can't
But
say
then
it
I'm
on the
thinking like,
podcast.
oh, they're just making that just kind
It
of
was
like
in the movie.
comparison. They're making like that comparison.
Yeah.
And then later on with the Larry King bee, he's
Yeah.
just like he just mentions
Larry King's
that
a
the
common-
real Larry
Larry-
King is
Larry
Jewish.
King's a common
and I'm just
name.
like, okay, this is obviously okay. This is self-aware.
This is, yeah. The B movie breaks the fourth wall. That's all you can say.
Another thing I noticed about the movie is that
Yeah.
so many of the jokes in the movie, or like some of like
Just break the fourth
the
wall.
big there's a lot of fourth wall
Yeah.
breaking, and there's also the B humor is another big thing.
And then
also
just a lot of
the cast,
references.
yeah,
The cast,
is
yeah.
the only reference in like big pop culture reference in the movie that I thought
It's not
was,
a
like,
dated. It's actually not a dated movie. You
No.
could watch this at
Yeah.
any
and it's
point.
it's still pretty good.
Here's the
But-
thing. Okay, so there are like there are three movies that I picked up on that had references. One was that we already mentioned, you know, Goodfellas with Ray Liotta,
Yeah.
that whole thing. Then there's a sly reference to The Graduate when he's on like
Oh,
when
God.
he's in the pool and he's like on
This
his
is the
raft.
lead. This is the lead up into the
Yeah.
plane scene.
Yeah, into the plane scene.
Or
But his
the
parents come up to him
date
and they're
scene,
like,
whatever.
Barry, what are you gonna do with your life? It's been
been-
3 days.
Yeah.
You haven't got a job yet. What's going on, Barry? And
You know what? Maybe it's actually a little longer.
and then
than 2 weeks,
there's
but-
another
Yeah.
another subtle reference which
Yeah.
someone actually told me about this.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reference to War Games which stars Matthew Broderick, who's
Yeah, yeah,
also
yeah.
in this film.
Of course, there's a
We're-
War Games reference.
No, where they turn the keys when they're trying to like turn the honey off
Oh,
towards
yeah.
the end. Apparently that's
Oh yeah,
that's a War
gentlemen,
Games
turn your
ref-
keys.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
So
in
what were
there.
you saying?
Yeah,
So
what
the,
were you
the
saying? Sorry
only
to
the
interrupt you.
only reference in this movie that I get that is like a kids movie reference is whenever
Yeah.
they shoot Winnie the Pooh with the tranquilizer
yeah,
gun.
yeah.
Whenever they're like it's through that like montage.
That's really strange,
But
by
yeah,
the way.
like that must traumatize your children.
Oh, to see Winnie the Pooh
watch-
get
yeah.
shot by a SWAT team.
Yeah.
He'll wake up in a few
But I'm sure
hours.
Jerry
And then the
Seinfeld
one
sat in his
grandma-
writer's room and was
and
like,
then-
"Oh, I got this one. This is awesome."
And then the one
Tranquilizer gun.
grandmother character who's just put
Oh,
like
yeah.
honey in her tea, and then just the SWAT team comes in,
Yeah.
like
Face
like,
down on
face
the table.
down against the, like the table right outside like the cafe kind of just like local mom and pa shop.
Yeah.
And then they're just pointing like M16s right at her.
But like most of the humor based on pop culture references is not for kids.
Yeah.
Sting is in the movie.
Sting
as-
is
as
from the
Sting.
police. Yeah. The band, the
So
police.
like I
not-
get it, Sting, it's the B movie,
Yeah.
ha ha ha. But also the joke is that Sting's in there,
Yeah.
and no kid is
is
whenever
good.
I saw this movie, I
Yeah.
was not thinking like, haha, Sting, good police joke. There's Jerry Seinfeld. Like it's not a joke for
No.
kids. Ray Liotta, no kids know who Ray
No-
Liotta is.
no one has any idea.
Even the
they
Larry
even
King
made-
one is a bit of a stretch.
They
Yeah.
even made like aware of that. Like Barry's like, she's like, is that the guy from that one movie? And Barry's just like, oh, I never heard of him.
Oh, yeah.
And that made me laugh too out loud. All the weird Ray Liotta references made me laugh.
There's a lot. Yeah, the Ray Liotta thing is just weird.
Okay, but then
I'd like to point out the realest characters in the movie. Ken and his one dude
and
friend.
his one friend.
Yeah, the banter between that two was so real.
Yeah.
It was like I was sitting here talking to Red. That's how real it was.
Okay, there's another movie reference that was so just so small that I didn't even remember it. This made me laugh so hard. This was with banter with Ken and his one friend, and he's talking about his resume, and he says, "Oh, I also put my top 10 favorite movies on here."
yeah.
And then his friend goes, "Oh, you put Star Wars on there?"
Yeah.
And then Ken goes, "I'm just not really into that." Pew pew pew.
Oh,
pew,
yeah,
pew,
yeah,
pew,
yeah.
pew, pew. And then Barry B. Benson is like, "These people are crazy."
That's right.
Which I love that. Which made me think, it's like, is there a Star Wars in the B world?
There is. Yeah,
Yeah, there
that
has
makes
to be,
Jerry
for it to
Seinfeld,
make
the B,
sense.
has definitely watched Star Wars in
Yeah.
his universe.
In the
Wait, if he watched, okay, but all the movie references also, if they watch movies, that's like 2 years of their life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In human years.
I think it's just kind of like at a ridiculous pace.
Yeah.
at the
Did
you
same
guys
time.
also-
the same way their education is, where it's just like,
Yeah.
okay, you're graduated, time to get a new job.
Did you guys hear the thing about the bejesus joke?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's
That
like,
was-
what were the? He's like B Columbus.
Yeah.
B Gandhi.
Yeah.
B Jesus.
B Je-
I'm just a
bejesus,
normal
and I'm
B.
like-
What am I supposed
Yeah.
to think?
That was so funny. But actually, that reminded me of what I actually wanted to talk about. I want to see
Yeah.
a B movie that takes a different turn. All right. So the
An
Hive,
alternate cut B movie.
the Hive shuts down. All right, and resources are scarce. So the bees start a war, like an apocalyptic bee-hive war between each other.
Is this an extinction of the human race thing? Because
No,
the
no,
thing
no.
is,
I'm talking just in the hive. The hive shuts down, and then the bees start fighting one another for control of the hive.
It's like Children of Men, but for bees.
I don't
like
know what that movie
idea.
is. I'm thinking more of the video game Fallout, but for bees. I
but
really,
then
really.
there's
wouldn't
another-
that be-
Someone needs to make that
Wouldn't that
mod
be
for Fallout.
okay,
hilarious?
here's the thing. Let's talk about the ending. So you don't really.
They mention a suicide pact in a
Oh
kids movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was so
What
strange.
even is
But
up with
somehow
that?
they wrote it in a way that was like, what was that? Whatever.
How about a suicide pact? What?
Yeah.
I'll sting you. You step on me. You'll just die twice.
Which is
What?
Yeah, it's just.
okay. But then there's the whole airplane sequence where
That is such a weird scene.
Okay, so they have flowers.
Yeah.
That these are the last pollinated alive flowers in the world. And then
Because
they don't
bees are
really they
terrible.
don't really specifically state this, but if they didn't successfully get those flowers to the bees, the entire human race, along with bee kind, would have been obliterated.
That's why I want
due
the
to natural
Beehive
selection.
movie, the Hive War.
Okay, I looked up. This is going along with your sequel thing.
Yeah.
This movie made quite a bit. Like it didn't.
Yeah.
How much money?
It made an okay amount.
Yeah. Opening weekend.
I don't think it made its money back.
Opening
but
weekend, it made 25 million gross. Oh wait, no, it did not make its money back.
yeah, it didn't
but
make its
still,
money back.
Like
That many people went to go
126
see it.
million.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you got the.
I did not
adverti-
expect that
okay,
for that much.
Okay, so you got so you have it didn't make its money back. If
yeah.
anything, it made its budget back. But that you still have to account for marketing, which on this was ridiculous. And then you have to they had toy lines for this. They had the
did.
McDonald's
Yeah.
toys and stuff. Which how much do those go for on eBay now?
I don't know.
20
I
bucks.
mean, yeah, 20
bucks.
bucks.
20 bucks
set.
for the whole set, and then you got the Pez dispensers and everything, and it's like, like, why would you even waste your money? Like, they thought this was gonna be like Steven Spielberg put his stamp of approval on this.
All right, so I think we're starting to wrap up here. So I think we
Yeah.
need to go to our finishing thoughts
man.
on the Bee Movie.
Okay.
Okay.
Who wants to start?
Okay, so there were some
Start.
weird decisions in this film, which, if you really want to know, it's hard to kind of remember them because
You have to experience it.
yeah,
to
because
really,
they're drowned in some
Yeah.
of like in really good jokes, like actually legitimately like the
Funny
"You
jokes.
Like Jazz" scene. That's a good
That's a
line.
good
It's
joke.
it's a funny
It's
scene.
played differently in the trailer though, which makes me
Yeah.
mad when a studio plays a moment
Yeah.
that's different than what it was in the actual film. But yeah, there's some legitimate there's some good stuff
Yeah.
to enjoy here. This isn't a normal films with glasses movie. Usually we have weird.
Usually we have serious artistic movies.
we have
This is
artsy
no
fartsy
Kubrick
movies.
movie, no.
No, but usually we have like films that are critically acclaimed. That's
This
the
is a
biggest
critically
difference.
acclaimed movie. It got a
it-
6.2 on IMDb.
Didn't make any of its money back.
Yeah, but like Roger Ebert was alive at the time of this. God bless the man. But I don't imagine that he liked this film very much.
No.
But yeah, but I feel like this fit good in the films
Yeah.
with glasses
All
chronology.
right.
How about you guys?
Rylan, what are your
Okay.
finishing thoughts?
So this movie is like, it's a big thing now to make fun of this movie. Do not let this movie get lost.
Oh yeah,
in the
as of
meme.
recent, it has
Yeah.
become a meme.
Yeah, it's a meme.
Don't ignore that entire thing.
Don't get lost in the meme. This is a legitimately funny movie with, I mean, it's sometimes horribly uncomfortable,
Yeah.
but it knows it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's making the point of that. If you are looking for a Seinfeld episode, but with bees,
you're looking with
which I know everyone is.
If you're looking with for a film with like a legitimately like good cast, like
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey has been good in
Yeah.
some other. She was in like
Yeah.
Selma, and she had a
Something.
good performance
All right,
in
let
that.
Rylan finish.
And, you know, some other yeah.
But this
got
is a
notable people.
legitimately fun movie to watch.
It is.
So I think that this movie is one of probably the strangest movies ever made, and I've seen Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny. So this is honestly a weird movie.
For those of
I
you who
I
don't
like
know.
Jerry Seinfeld. He's a pretty funny guy. I don't think he should have been put in charge of making a children's movie, but
I don't think he will be
Things-
again.
things
Let's hope.
Things happen, but honestly, the Bee Movie is a fun watch. Watch it with your friends. Make fun of it together.
All right.
So-
Bye, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you had a good time. See you later.
That's all the